Hello everybody, it's Lazel here with another Magic the Gathering Arena video. Since drafts aren't go that well lately, I thought about going back into Standard, so I built this Power Stompy green deck, and I have thrown together a lot of cards that I still had lying around that I got from drafts and stuff like that, but I still had to use some wild cards, but that's totally fine, as I think this deck is really cool and also pretty simple, straightforward. So what we are going to do is we will try to accomplish just a lot of board presence with creatures and also some very big creatures, and then try to probably finish it off with Nissa, Ascendant Animist. The -7 ability until end of turn, creatures you control get +1/+1 for each forest you control and gain trample. This is a complete finisher if you already have a pretty good board state and your opponent cannot interact with it. And yeah, there are a lot of different cards from different sets. I will just go over the cards themselves. Tyva Stand as a protection spell, and also it can be a pretty cool pump up spell if we have just one trampling creature on the field and we need to deal the final amounts of damage. So Tyva Stand, very powerful card. We continue with the Scrap Gorger. I wanted to play this card simply because it has oil counters. We have a little bit of proliferate synergy going on, and it's one of, well, probably currently the best mana dog that you can play in this set. Also a bit of graveyard hate, which can be useful. So this is our mana dog in this deck. I also added Cosmic Hunger because Cosmic Hunger is a card that not only in draft itself, which I've played a lot lately, gives you a lot of different interaction mechanics, but what you have to keep in mind about Cosmic Hunger is it deals damage equal to the power to another target creature, planeswalker, or battle. And we have all of that settled in this deck, and it's also great to interact with opponents' planeswalkers because you want to focus on hitting face and not taking care of the planeswalkers with your creatures. You want to go face with them. Then I also played the Deep Root Wavefinder, a 2/3 Merfolk Scout, which when it deals combat damage to a player or a battle, we get to surveil one. We may return a land card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. This counts for every land in our graveyard, so it doesn't have to be the land that we may be surveilled away, but it can be that land. So I think this is a great card to also help us ramp, and a 2/3 for 2 mana is already solid in my opinion, and it has upside on it, and it can also help with the Quirion Beastcaller, a 2 mana 2/2, and whenever we cast a creature spell, we get to put a +1/+1 counter on the Beastcaller. When it dies, we get to distribute the counters on any number of target creatures we control, and this is also a very powerful, cheap creature that can accumulate some +1/+1 counters, which we then later can proliferate. When it comes to proliferating, I also play 2 copies of the Bloated Contaminator, a 3 mana 4/4 Trample Toxic 1, and when it deals combat damage to a player, we proliferate. Very powerful with all of the synergies that we have going on our deck. One of the stronger mana dogs, but I only played 2 copies because I find 3 or 4 is a little bit much in my opinion. I play Gwenna, Eyes of Gaia, 3 mana 2/3, and we get to generate 2 mana in any combination of colors. We can only spend this mana to cast creature spells or activate abilities of a creature or creature card. This is really cool as it is a simple mana dog, and we have a lot of top end creatures which care about the second line of this card. Whenever you cast a creature spell with power 5 or greater, put a 1/1 counter on Gwenna, Eyes of Gaia, and untap it. So nice synergy going on there. I also added, because I find this card really cool and I also like the alternative artwork, the Polakranos Reborn, 3 mana 4/5 reach, and we can transform it into Polakranos Engine of Ruin, a reach lifelink 6/6, and when it or another non-token Hydra recontrol dies, we get to create a 3/3 green and white Phyrexian Hydra creature token with reach, and a 3/3 green and white Phyrexia Hydra creature token with lifelink. I really like this card, and I like to add it to this deck simply because what this deck is vulnerable to if you don't have enough copies of Tyva Stand in hand is board wipes, simple as that. But we still get to stay on the battlefield with a few tokens that can also be pumped up with some of our follow-ups. We continue with Invasion of Zendikar. I think this battle is one of the best battles in the whole March of the Machine set, simply because of the reason you play it for 4 mana, you get 2 basic lands to the battlefield tapped, and when you flip it, you get the Awakened Skyclave, a Vigilance Haste, and as long as it is on the battlefield, it's a land in addition to its other types. This is relevant because it counts for our Nissa ultimate. We can tap it to add 1 mana of any color. It's a 4/4. But what I personally think is very strong about Invasion of Zendikar is simply that it only has 3 defense counters. So let's say we can get a Beast Caller out, turn 3, we get a Polukranos Reborn out, and then we play the Invasion of Zendikar on the following turn, and then we are already at the spot where 1 Cosmic Hunger, neither from Beast Caller or Polukranos can immediately finish it off. I think the 3 defense counters is something that pretty quickly gets overlooked, but I think it is very strong when it comes to the Invasion of Zendikar. I also added the Defiler of Vigor, because it's a powerful creature in my opinion. It's a 6/6, so it has synergies with Gwenna, and yeah, as a trample creature we can also spend Phyrexian mana to reduce the cost of our other permanent spells, and we get to put +1/+1 counters on our other creatures when we cast green permanents. Very powerful, so I added 3 copies into this deck. I also want to test out Fran, Breaker of Silence, because as a 5/5 trample it cannot be countered. It's already great because there are still some of the Naughty Djinn decks out there, or Haughty Djinns, but I like to call it Naughty Djinn. And Fran, Breaker of Silence is really hard to interact with for your opponent. It's a 5/5 trample, so solid creature. I want to test it out. I found that I have 1 Vorinclex itself in my collection, so another 5 mana 6/6 trample reach creature. Very cool. It also fixes our mana by finding 2 forest cards to our hand, and yeah, we can also flip it to the backside, the Grand Evolution, but I won't go over that one. We might see if we ever get to flip it here. For the top end, I also crafted 1 Zurok and Goreclaw, 6 mana 6/5 trample, human bear. Other creatures we control have trample. This is a great enabler for all of the other creatures that we have in our deck which don't have trample yet. And whenever another non-token creature enters the battlefield under our control, we get to put a +1/+1 counter on it, and it gains haste until end of turn. I think this is super cool and a nice synergy. I want to test it out. I only did 1 copy because I didn't want to spend too much mana into my top end here. I also have 2 Nissa Ascendant Animist. The +1 is already really powerful because we get to create an XX green Phyrexian Horror creature token, where X is Nissa's Ascendant Animist's loyalty. Really cool. -1, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Really helpful in this deck, depending on if we have any exile removal that's based on enchantment removal, but we will see about that. The ultimate I just explained. I also forged 2 Boseiju Who Endures because I think this is a card that I should have in my collection, but I don't want to play 4 copies, I want to play 2 because of the legendary rule. And yeah, overall, that's it. And now I would say let's jump into some games. I don't really like this opening hand. It's way too slow for being on the play. This is way better. I personally have... I think I will ditch the Cosmic Hunger here. I haven't played Standard in a long while, so I'm starting out at the Bronze rank and gotta go work my way up again. Okay, we are up against humans, which means ramping is already a nice thing to do. And Armored Scrap Gorger definitely pays off. Okay, Veteran. That also pumps up the Vanguard, interesting, but this is a core. Let's see, I could already cast Nissa here. Make a really big token. Probably what I'll do. I mean, why not? I could have also paid with Phyrexian mana to keep the Scrap Gorger untapped, because if our opponent might have, a Brutal Kafar, it will immediately go after the token. My opponent will now probably full swing at Nissa. Alright, makes sense. We will still get to create a 4/4 here. Probably should have destroyed Skrelv, because Skrelv can now still protect. The question is, do I want to kill Skrelv right now? I think I want to. I could also use Cosmic Hunger to kill one of the other creatures my opponent controls. I could also go after the battle and try to ambush my opponent. Yeah, I think let's wait here for a second. Alright, lay down arms. Goes after Polokranos. It's really sad. But we gain a bit of life. Okay. It can't be blocked by creatures of that color. So let's kill Brutal Cathar right now. Gotta pay the ward here. Pay the 1. Kill it. Alright, Athalia. We are out of gas, that's the problem of this deck, I do have to say that. Alright, Bloated Contaminator is great. Let's kill Skrelp here. Play the Contaminator. And now I have to keep in mind to exile something from my opponent's graveyard with the Scrap Gorger. Alright, back up Brutal Cathar, that's a problem. Yes, that sadly happens. Alright. I guess Nissa will die here. We can take out one of the anthems. But I think keeping around Nissa is way more valuable. Let's get rid of Brutal Cathar here. Alright. Oh, and an initiate. Let's see what we draw. Beast Caller, not the worst, but also not the best.
Our strength multiplies.
Maybe this would have been a good window to go after the invasion of Zendikar. Alright. My opponent is struggling to find even more Brutal Cathar, so this is why they want to flip it. If I keep it at night, my opponent needs to double spell. Can I go after the... I think one token can go after the invasion. I have the Cosmic Hunger to ambush my opponent. My opponent can also play an Iganjo. Gotta keep that in mind. Okay. Hopeful Initiate dies. And we pass the turn. If my opponent double spells, I will have to kill the Brute here. Okay, Adeline. Ooh, okay. Do I have lethal here? This is 8, 13, 15. Knight Errant of Eros sadly resolves. Okay, finds a Brutal Cathar. And now, since my opponent... Did my opponent double spell? I think they didn't. Do I still want my Contaminator back? If I take the Contaminator back... My opponent will next turn play Brutal Cathar, but it will be the Brute. Gotta pay the 3 here, which is okay. Okay, Tyvar stand, great. Let's see, Nissa can make another token. And then all of my remaining creatures can go face and I can use all of the mana to pump up with Tyvar stand. Alright. That means we pay 5. Go after our Contaminator here. GG. Really cool one. Humans became really strong with the new card from the Aftermath. Okay, we got Lance, Contaminator, Zendikar, Thrun. We are on the draw, so pretty slow hand, but I'll give it a try. Okay, blue so far. Let's see if it's mono blue. Okay, seems like mono blue. So Thrun will be really important. Okay, there's the impulse. Let's see if they... Alright, Jin resolves. We can also resolve our Contaminator here. Alright, Jin hits for 1. Alright, back up Jin. But my opponent is still limited to 1 Fading Hope here. Okay. Let's try to play Invasion of Zendikar. Get the first counterspell out of their hand. Alright, make this appear. Two cards in their graveyard, which is definitely not a lot for the deck. Let's see, Thrun. Can't be the target of non-green spells your opponents control or abilities from non-green sources. Okay. Okay, we're taking 6, which is already a lot. It's definitely adding up. Let's try to attack here, see if they wanna Fading Hope my Contaminator. Okay, they don't. So let's proliferate here and play Thrun. Yeah, consider. Then now they are filling up their graveyard, so I'm pretty sure I can be dead next turn. Yeah, first. They're going all the way. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm dead here. Yeah, the opening hand was way too slow. GG. But you never know what you're up against, so... tried our best. Fair game. Okay, we got lands, we got a nice curve. Sadly on the draw, but I'm keeping it. Okay, opponent plays an island. Are we up against the mono blue Jin deck again? Seems like it. So my Beast Caller can run into a counterspell here. Yep, okay. Probably resolves Jin now. Okay, no Jin. Let's probably try to bring up Holocranos. Alright, another Essence Scatter. Goes for an Impulse, probably looking for a land. Consider. If they have Spell Pierce, I'm in trouble. So let's go with Gwenna. They might have Fading Hope. Okay. There's already Terror. And a Delver. Okay. Let's see. We go double green here. Bring out Defiler. Tap Buena, go for double green, bring out Vorinclex. I have 4 mana available, so I need to pay once with this already. Okay, and the opponent has seen enough. GG. Okay, we got lands, nice curve. Sadly on the draw again, but yeah, I'll give it a try. Depending on what my opponent plays, I will go Beastcaller or Wayfinder first. Okay, seems like mono red here. So it will be Wayfinder, so I'm forcing the Lightning Strike out of my opponent. Ooh, an infantry player. Yeah, still same line of play. I have a nice follow-up, even if they would kill the Beastcaller. I can go Contaminator or Polokranos. That's already a lot of toughness my opponent needs to beat. Let's see if they go with Lightning Strike here. Okay, they do. No land drop, that's good. Let's go with Polokranos, which is way harder to beat. And I think I want to resolve Nissa as fast as possible to get the +1 going. The more bodies I have on the field, the more resources my opponent needs to invest. Seems like they missed another land drop. Okay, Reckless Impulse. Looking for land and also found it. Can trade for Polokranos here already. No, it can also out-trade Polokranos. Phoenix Chick, okay. Probably wants to play the Anger next turn. So I can go Beastcaller, or I can also play Contaminator here. I think the more toughness I have on the field, the better. Okay, draws a card. Found a mountain. I wonder if this deck plays Nahir's Warcrafting, but if it plays it, we will see it right now, if they have it in hand. Okay, another infantry. And another Anger, okay. 8-6, let's see if they attack with it. I'm totally fine to take it out right now. Yeah, my opponent will kill a Polokranos here for sure. Alright, another land, great. I can wait with Nissa one more turn. I will just bring out Fran here, but I can also attack my opponent here. I can also pressure a little bit back. Get the Toxic going. Alright, play Fran. Alright, Kumano. Luckily not an instant or sorcery. Okay, Frill. Reckless Impulse, okay. What's this? Okay. I have to keep in mind that Kumano can be destroyed with the Boseiju. So let's get 2. Play it. Vorinclex discounts the Boseiju here. Let's attack for 9. Okay, I was a little bit blind here. Maybe that gave away the game. to any target, okay. So that's 3 to the face. Okay, first 3. Then we will see another lightning strike. Another call in the professional, okay. Do I want to kill Kumano now? I think I have to. Okay, so even though I made a huge misplay by attacking with my Contaminator, still have little here. GG. Okay, 2 lands, Beastcaller, Gwenna. If I can find the next forest, I should be set up really well. If I don't, I'll be in trouble. Okay, Seek from Coast. Probably Knights. Okay, seems like Esper Legends. Yeah, that seems like Esper Legends. Okay, opponent Mildo Raffine. Let's see again, how does Ludovic work? Okay. Adeline. Opponent should attack, it's 3 damage. Let's bring out Gwenna. See what happens. Yeah, my opponent is on Esper Legends. Pretty sure Gwenna won't stick around. Yeah, I thought so. Too good to let her survive. Okay, Thalia. Taking 4. Draw a Wayfinder. Yeah, but let's bring out Polokranos here. Pass the turn. Our opponent is probably playing Sunfall. Okay, Raffine, now they found a Wincon here. Yeah, Raffine is just crazy. This card is just crazy. Okay, let's block here, let's block here. See if they have a removal spell. They don't, okay. How do I play this? I think Fran is one of my best chances, as my opponent has counterspell mana up. Okay, we resolved really smooth. So we'll start hitting back. Okay, shielded it. Alright, draw forest. I wanna attack with both. See what my opponent does. If I play Wayfinder, Tyva Stand, yeah, it won't work out like I'm thinking or as I would like it to work out. Okay, I could chip in 5, oh no, less damage, yeah. Then we play Vorinclex here. Get 2 more forwards to our hand. Sadly already made our land drop. Okay. There is 2 Plaza of Harmony in play. Gotta keep that one in mind. Okay, my opponent goes for an all-out swing, will probably connive onto Raffine. Targets Shieldred. Okay, draws 2 cards. Gains life. Let's see, I will take quite a bit here. 7. I will draw a card. Yeah, I have to finish off my opponent this turn. Going down to 3. Alright, another front. Play a land. Go for an all-out swing. Should be enough. Okay, this is for 5 because of Thalia. Let's go. GG. Okay, we got Wayfinder, Beastcaller, we are on the play. I like it. Enough lands in hand. Okay, probably a Herd Migration deck again. Okay, we'll see a removal spell immediately. Okay, our opponent passes the turn. So let's try to attack. Okay, our opponent doesn't want that to happen. Play Beastcaller. Never go for the throat. No land, that's at least a good thing. Bueno. Okay, found a land. Maybe we will see Fable now. Yes, okay. Do I want to give my opponent another land? Prefer to have a land drop myself. Okay, back up Buena. If I do it like this, I cannot double spell. But Gwenna can still attack. I think I have to give them the Fable. Bankbuster, Harvester. Okay. Corpse Appraiser. Next turn I have to consider to give them the Fable before it goes off. Interesting. My opponent ditched a few really good cards. Okay, found Forest. Let's go double green here. Play from the normal way. Tap, distribute a lot of counters. Then we go face. Alright, our opponent has seen enough. Cool game. Okay, we got lands, we got a really nice curve, but we are starting on 3, but if we can get Gwenna going, we are in a really good spot. All I have to hope for are a few more lands. Okay, seems like maybe Esper Legends again. Okay, Toxic. Interesting. Let's still try to go for Gwenna here. We might see Ossification here. Annex Sentry. Another land, that's good. Let's go with Contaminator. Let's see if they have another Annex Sentry. Goes with an Audacity, okay. Fine to trade here. Alright, Lone's Escape. Scry to the top. Follows up with another Duelist. We get to play Defiler here. If Defiler can stick around, we might be able to stabilize a little bit. Otherwise, it's probably game over. Yeah, I have to take 6 here. Okay, follows up with their own Contaminator. Cosmic Hunger is great, because we can ambush our opponent. Let's see, I need 2 mana for Cosmic. I can only play Wayfinder here the normal way. But it makes our Defiler grow. Okay, a Thicket. Okay, another Annex Sentry. Wants to exile the Wayfinder. I guess that happens. Okay. This is the point where Defiler kills one of the Annex Sentry. So we can block like this. Opponent gets to draw with the Audacity. Luckily, Annex Sentry is an artifact creature, so Nissa can kill it. I am lucky to draw another land here. So I guess I will play Nissa with 1 Phyrexian mana here. Use it to destroy Annex Sentry. Get my Wayfinder back.
Enough resistance.
Then we wait for a turn. Because I cannot let this Contaminator connect. Okay, now we can probably stabilize here. I should have plussed Nissa first. That was a mistake. But Defiler can attack now for 9. Then we wait for another turn. Alright, Slaughter Singer. This one will give me a hard time. I can just block like this. GG. Really cool game. And also a close one. Alright everybody, these were a few games with my mono green power Stomp deck. I think this deck is really fun, and what I'm definitely happy about is really going with just 2 copies of Gwenna seems totally fine. I've had a few games where, for example, also here in the last game, that I had a backup copy in hand, and if I would have played it, you know, I would have had to sacrifice one of those, so 2 copies is definitely fine. What might be worth considering is adding 1 more Nissa, because Nissa is such a powerful planeswalker. The token creation, the artifact and enchantment removal is also very valuable in common matchups at the moment. So definitely a cool card. I'm a little bit sad that I didn't have played enough matches to get Zurak and Goreclaw going, but okay, it happens. Yeah, overall, Invasion of Zendikar does a lot of work in my opinion, simply because of the free defense counter that you can get of it really quickly. I'm also totally fine with playing 4 copies of Cosmic Hunger, because this is like with Tyvar Stand the only interaction that you have in this deck, and it does a lot of work in my opinion. Overall, I think it's a super cool deck. It costs quite a few wildcards, but if you draft a little bit and if you have a few in backup, I think this deck is definitely fine and can definitely provide a nice increase of your ranking, especially because it's also really simple. Most of the time you might have a few fast games, and that's something that I personally really enjoy. And yeah, overall, I hope you enjoyed this video, and then I would say see you in the next one. Goodbye, guys.